So hey guys, welcome to another video, and today I just want to talk about WoW and some of the changes and updates that we've had with 6.2. Because when 6.2 first came out on the PTR, I was very critical. I was just not happy with the state of it. Because, well, when it first came out on the PTR, it was just get your shipyard, grind the Pexes, and do a raid. And that was it. And I wasn't the only one who felt like, this is just not enough, Blizzard. This is not a full patch. You know, this is just not enough. We want to do stuff in your game. Please let us do that. But they've listened, so they added the reputations. I do believe there are 4. And the cool thing is, well, the rewards are really cool. There's some fun stuff. There's the occasional piece of gear and some transmog stuff, which I'm really looking forward to. I think that's a great idea. Adding transmog stuff to reputations is fantastic. Another cool thing with 6.2 is that gathering professions matter again, because you can get the special resource that you need for upgrading your crafted gear past the previous item level cap with professions. You can get that with mining, herbalism, and skinning. Whereas, you know, with 6.0 and 6.1, there was no point in having a gathering profession, so they fixed that, which is good as well. Then we have the new raid, and the raid looks fantastic. The bosses look really fun, and I just can't wait to do them on live. Then we have the shipyard, which I don't know, right? I have 3 characters right now that I can do my Garrison stuff on, and I find it really cumbersome. And I can't even imagine how annoying it is for people with more characters. Because right now, if I want to play WoW, I have to log on to my Paladin, do my Garrison stuff, log on to my Warrior, do my Garrison stuff, log on to my Druid, do Garrison stuff, and then I can go and kick some Jaraxxus ass. You know, and with the shipyard, it's going to be log on to my Paladin, do Garrison and the shipyard, log on to my Warrior, do Garrison and the shipyard, log on to my Druid, do Garrison and the shipyard, and then I can go and have fun. I don't know. I think it's going to be really cumbersome, especially for people who have like 10 level 100 characters. I have a sneaking suspicion that the shipyard was supposed to be in the game on launch, on release. But they didn't finish it, and they're adding it now. Because, well, people are complaining. I'm not the only one who's like, you know what, this Garrison stuff is really getting old. It was fun when I was getting all my followers up to max rank and gearing them up and building my buildings, you know, upgrading them. It was really fun. And when I was doing the campaigns, it was fun. But after that, it's really boring now. And when you look at the WoW forums, and I'm not saying that WoW forums has the majority of the player base. They most certainly don't. This is the vocal minority that likes to shout the loudest, by the way. But when you look into the Garrison part of the forum, it's just people going, you know what, this is not really fun anymore. It was fun when I was building up my Garrison, but at the end, it was kind of disappointing, kind of flopped. And right now, I'm just recycling missions with an add-on, getting ludicrous amounts of gold and Garrison resources and Apexis crystals, and loot from bosses that I have not killed yet, which is kind of odd, let's be honest. But just imagine for a second that the shipyard would be there from the very start. It would give it more longevity, because you would have more stuff. It would be kind of cool because, well, as I've said, the Garrison was really cool when you were building up stuff. So you are building up your Garrison, but you have your shipyard. So you need to build your ships, you need to equip them, you're sending them on missions, and it would work together. But now there are 2 different things, and people are already sick of playing with their Garrison, and you add another Garrison on top of that. You know, that's why I think that these 2 things were supposed to be in the game from the very start, but they just didn't finish the shipyard. Then out of nowhere, we have the darker nights, which is cool. In some zones, nights are going to be dark. Cool with me, you know, that's cool. That adds a bit of ambiance, bit of immersion, even though immersion with MMOs is an odd thing. It's hard to be immersed in an MMO when you're riding through a zone on your steed, and suddenly you see a rogue called like XX Vagina Slayer XX. You know, that's not immersive, in my opinion. For someone it might be. For me, it's just not. And when they released this, people started complaining that they should bring back the weather. Just be fucking thankful they're adding darker nights. I kind of understand why they don't want to add weather back. Because with the increase in view distance and with the overall fidelity being increased, and generally just the graphics being much better than they used to be, I think rain, like really thick rain, would cause some really big frame rate issues for a lot of people. All right, because you can see so far away in WoW nowadays. I think it would be pretty bad. And sometimes, it's supposed to rain in this zone, but you can now see into the other zone and it's not raining there. So it looks really odd. So I think it would be very hard for them to implement it where it doesn't destroy people's graphics cards and it looks good. I don't think it's that easy to do this. Then we have the one thing I don't quite understand, and that's just Blizzard being obsessed with gear. And this has been going on since Warlord's launch. They just want to make you excited about gear, and they want to make it just fun and exciting, and there'll be fireworks when you loot a piece of gear because it might be Warforged with a gem and a tertiary stat. Loot is not exciting for people who raid. It's not. Because they know what's gonna happen, right? I've replaced my gear too many times to be excited about gear. The only set of gear I was excited about was the Mythic Druid set from Foundry, which I've got now. Haha, floppy wings. And that was because it looked cool. That was the only reason I like to collect my tier sets. I have them in my void storage, neatly organized, each set for druids. I have them all there because they look cool. And this one looked really cool, so I was excited about that one. But loot in general? No. I'm not excited about gear, and I would say most raiders aren't excited about gear because they know what's going to happen. The next raid tier is going to come out, so we're going to replace all our gear. Then the next raid tier is going to come out, we're going to replace all our gear. And then the next expansion is going to come out, and within a day, all our gear will be either in the bank or sold to a vendor. Loot is not that exciting, Blizzard. And they're just pushing more rewards, more gear, more rewards. That's not exciting. Give us something fun, and then we can talk. And finally, the dev Q&A will be delayed. Instead of doing it yesterday, they're going to do it next week. And for some reason, people are angry about this. The doomsayers, oh, I knew it. They're going to fuck it up. Told you. I was right. Wait, what? They're a huge company, and I think they were doing like Heroes of the Storm weekend this week. Maybe it was last week. But, they're a huge company. And if they have like a Q&A where you can ask questions and they will try to reply to as many as possible, something can fuck up and they just can't do it. And I don't know why people are angry, because you can post more questions. You can ask them more stuff because you have one more week to do so. I don't quite understand why people are angry over this. Why? But yeah, that's it for this video. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.